I've got another dimension here, just to, I think, in laying a foundation for this conversation, and who knows where listeners will take us. We might be off on all sorts of tangents, but if we're talking pre-fall and post-fall, the entry of sin into humanity, for the thought that before the fall, animals didn't eat animals, that they were vegetarian. There's all sorts of dimensions in there too people might want to catch a hold of. The struggle to survive, because take God out of the equation and humans are just like every other animal, survival of the fittest. But somehow or other, humans have been able to form themselves into cultural groups, and civilization has been able to grow. And peaceful, harmonious civilization comes when there is a connection with an external force, a transcendent God. So this is where it gets really important and valuable for us. Thoughts here on pre-fall, post-fall, and what difference there is for the Christian or for the human. The fact that we're Christian, that's another dimension as well.
It is. Throw in the current world situation, Ukraine versus Russia. Two brothers set up both places, right? Family feud. But think of what's come out of it in the positive. Your drones are now a whole lot better than they used to be. So even conflict and war can bring forth things that we think of as positive, even though it's tragic, the number of deaths that's involved, because sin, family conflicts always brings forth death. And the same is true back in the Garden of Eden. Eve is tempted, but Adam sins. Now, ladies, be rejoicing in that. The Bible never blames women for sin, always the man, right? And then when they left the Garden of Eden, you got two brothers, and all of a sudden, they're fighting each other too. So Cain has to think, how will I kill this wretched brother of mine? Probably invented the first stone tool, right? And beat him up. But then the tools from then on, he's got to think of, well, I can't farm anymore because God cursed me. So how do I survive with non-farming? Do I invent trading, right? All sorts of things will come out of that from the negative, but then the other ones of Adam's children have to go and say, well, I'm a vegetarian, I can't kill the animals, I love the animals, right? I must invent a farming community because God has told me to till the earth and reap from it. And so you get technology right from the start. And so what you've got is people who are farmers right from the start and city builders, right? Cain built a city. So most of the history we've been taught is nonsense. You don't get farmers turning slowly into city builders. You don't get warriors turning into farmers or anything like that. And I say that because the latest paper just last week was how only after farming was invented do we have war, right? And you think, oh, come on. No, only after sin happened do we have war between farmers and city builders, etc. So all of those things, cultural, technology, etc., all trace their bottom problems back to Adam's sin. And they can sometimes trace their benefits also to the outworking of how do I deal with sin better? It's hot today. I'll invent air conditioning, right? But the heat only comes because Adam sinned ultimately.